Wagyu Gaming. Hey there broskis, hope you're all having a wonderful day. So Wagyu here and back with another video for Kingdom of Heroes Tactics War. So this game was brought to us by Neowiz, who brought us Brown Dust, or also known as Brave9. So today we're going to be doing a reroll guide or a who to summon guide, because for the pre-registration rewards you are able to get the Hero Select Summon chest, this one. But before we begin, I would also like to let you guys know that we'll also be using my Divine Scroll. I don't know what to call this. This one, the 100% probability 5-star unit. So I got this scroll in the shop for about $100. So yeah, we begin with that after the reroll guide or the who to pick guide, and then we'll pick a hero after that as well, because I've been needing more heroes in my arsenal, because I've been stuck in the Rune dungeon. I haven't been able to progress. I feel like it's quite difficult. I don't want to invest in my current lineup, who are Freya, Arthur, Lancelot, and Sif. I don't want to be investing too much in them because I feel like I might be replacing Lancelot and Sif sometime soon. So yeah. Anyway, let's begin with the who to pick guide. So let's go to storage and use. So it doesn't automatically use it, so you get to pick the hero you want. But before we pick, I would suggest that, you know, my priority in this list would be Claudia, because she is a speed-based unit, and we've all known Summoner's War. If you played Summoner's War, speed was the main stat that you should be building your team, because it creates more turns for your team, thus leading to more damage output. So yeah, so having a unit that scales its attack based on speed greatly helps your team, alongside buffs your team with speed as well. This skill damage increase when you have greater speed. So I think she also buffs your teams. Yeah, if the enemy is skilled with Gale, gain increased attack and mobility for 1 turn. So alongside this, drives your so double attack drives your sword's energy into enemies in a line to attack successful. Crit hit stuns enemies for 2 turns. So she has a stun if her attack crits. So alongside this, swiftly attacks a target enemy. So this is quick cutting. Successful crit hits increase your speed. Apologies guys, it's only Claudia's speed that increases. So basically you have to build her speed and crit, because she scales both in speed and crit. So, oh yeah, here. So she does increase speed for 3 attribute units. So she increases them by 32%, so quite a huge boost. So she can be quite useful. Increases speed for your whole team if they are 3 attributes. So let's be clear about that. So yeah, she would be my #1 pick if depending on who I summon. So after her, I would suggest picking Ingwe. As far as I know, Ingwe has the best AoE attacks. So he is quite useful in clearing stages, and he is very tanky too, being a shield type unit or a defender type unit. So yeah, so here are Ingwe's skills. So first skill is Oncoming Chaos, attacks enemies within a target area. Successful hits transfer 1 debuff from yourself to enemies hit. Additionally, you have a 40% chance to provoke enemies hit for 1 turn. So yeah, quite useful. Provoke alongside debuff transfer. So this skill damage increase when you have greater max HP. So Ingwe scales with HP, as you can see here. So his next skill is Nature's Paradox. So he is a tree type unit, so he would greatly benefit from Claudia too. So Nature's Paradox attacks enemies within a target area. Successful hits block HP recovery of enemies hit for 2 turns. Additionally, every successful hit has a 30% chance to apply continuous recovery on yourself for 2 turns. Okay? So it has continuous recovery. So Ingwe has innate heal, so it helps create more survivability for your team. So alongside this, his third skill is King's Wrath. Ingwe's base accuracy increases by 10%. Additionally, Ingwe has a 35% chance to counterattack when receiving an enemy's melee attack. So there are runes in this game. So personally, I would build Ingwe either health or alongside counterattack. Counterattack would also do him well. So yeah, Ingwe can be quite a strong unit since he's very AoE. And his passive, is his passive? Yeah, so Power of Rejuvenation. If Ingwe doesn't have any active debuffs at the end of turn, he recovers 12% of HP lost. If Ingwe is below 30%, he gains increased depth for 1 turn. So do take note of that. He has 2 heals in his kit, so this one and this one, like they're all passive heals. So yeah, Ingwe is quite powerful in this game. I would suggest him as your number 2 option if you already have an attacker. So third option would be, personally, this is a personal choice, Ifrit. So here are her skills. Flame Slash slashes enemies within a target area with a flaming blade. Successful hits have a 60% chance to inflict continuous damage on enemies hit for 2 turns. Okay, broski, so really this skill hits hard. So after this, she has Finish Off. Attacks a target enemy. This skill's damage increase when the target has more active debuffs. So the more debuffs the enemy has, the higher the damage of this skill will be. So successful hits block HP recovery of the target for 2 turns if the target has continuous damage. Okay, so this can be quite useful in PvP, because if you've tried PvP in this game, most of the teams have healers, so blocking those heals can help finish off enemies faster. If the target is skilled with this attack, Finish Off's cooldown is reset. Okay, so do take note of that. It has usually a 4-turn cooldown, but if it kills the enemy, it doesn't have any cooldown. Okay, broski, so finally, Blade of Hellfire. Attacks surrounding enemies. Successful hits have a 60% chance to inflict continuous damage and reduce attack of enemies hit for 1 turn. Okay, so additionally, every successful hit reduces cooldown by 1 turn. This attack will always have an advantage over the enemy's element. So this is why I like Ifrit, because no matter what the element the enemy has, no matter if it's water and Ifrit is fire, the Blade of Hellfire will always land an advantage over the enemy's element. Okay, so it doesn't matter what element. This is what makes Ifrit really strong. So this one has a 4-turn cooldown, but then again, do take note, successful hits have a 60% chance to inflict continuous damage and reduce attack of enemies hit for 1 turn. And additionally, every successful hit reduces cooldowns by 1 turn. Okay, so do take note of that. She has cooldown reduction alongside enemy attack advantage over any element. Okay, so that's why I like Ifrit. So finally, her passive is Flame Sword Dance. Ifrit hones... Oh, this isn't a passive, I believe. Ifrit hones her blade with Prolonged Battle. After a fixed amount of turns, Ifrit gains a buff for 1 turn at the start of every turn. Oh yeah, so this is a passive. After turn number 3, she gains increased attack. So that can be quite OP, knowing that she's already an attack unit and with a high base attack. And after turn 7, she additionally gains an increased crit rate. So yeah, Ifrit is OP. She has innate attack buffs and innate crit rate buffs. What you would actually need for all DPS units. If you played Summoner's War, you actually build your DPS units, crit rate and crit damage and attack. Ifrit already has 2 out of the 3. So I think this game is very much patterned off Summoner's War. So yeah, do take note of this. So Ifrit would be my 3rd choice. And basically, that's it. Some runner-ups would be Bartholomew. Let's not discuss the skills anymore. He's quite useful alongside... I think it's only Bartholomew who I would actually pick if I already have the other 3. So I think it would be my 4th target in this list. So again guys, a majority of these units are good. So these are 5-star rarity units, and yeah, I would recommend if you get any of these units, it would probably be a good unit, except that they're just units whose kit are more in tune to what we're currently trying to achieve in game, because the game is quite new, so do take note of that. So anyway, broskis, let's do the summon for the Divine Scroll. So you can see it here, and let's click summon. So who do we get? I don't want to summon yet for my crystals, because I feel like the current banner isn't really that good. I might be saving up my banners for now. So this is my first time seeing the 5-star animation. So I got Dryas. She's a wizard. So what's her skills? Chaos Protection. Increase all allies' death in PvP battle by 28%. The effect is maintained even if the leader has fallen. Okay. Tome of Mystery. If Dryas is below 20% HP at the end of turn, She gains invincibility for 1 turn and recovers 20% of HP lost. Okay. Song of Ice. Attacks a target enemy. This skill's damage increases when you have greater depth. If the target has buffs, this skill's damage increased by the number of buffs. Successful hits removes all active buffs from the target. Quite useful. Reconstruct magic. Using the tome's power, attacks and copies all buffs from the target enemy. Successfully copying buffs gives a 30% chance to gain an action opportunity. Okay, so let's check the reviews. So far, based on 5-star units, she has the highest attack stat. Interesting. The second one to choose her. Oh, and she practically makes any buffs useless, as it'll instead help buff her. So she steals buffs, I believe. So yeah, I believe she's quite useful in PvP. But I need a PvE unit as of now, since I'm more focused on PvE, clearing the stages and farming runes. So yeah, let's go to... So, oh yeah, it's a new day, broskis, by the way. So yeah, what do we get now? Oh, what's this? Legendary scroll piece, need 100 pieces, you get 20. Okay, so let's check first what element the rune dungeon is. So Fafnir. Also, it's very similar to Summoner's War, where every stage has a different element, I believe. So yeah, let's pick a unit with my 5-star select scroll. So I would personally pick Ifrit right now. Although I already have lots of fire units, let's double check again. Quickly slashes. Yeah. So yeah, let's check the reviews first. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, so it says like to get 500 crystals in your mailbox. But anyway, I don't believe those things. Let's pick Claudia. Yep, so we now have Claudia in our team. And I might try to build... Okay, so I might try to build Claudia soon, and I'll give you guys a review on Claudia after I built her up. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and see you in the next one.